For the most part, people think, like when they surrender, they think that if they surrender the dog here, they're coming to a shelter, and because we know dogs, it's going to be fine. But that's far from the truth. The dog has gone from a home to almost jail because the shelter cannot compete with a home.
Before we dive into today's video, I want to take a moment to share some context. So in this video, we sit down with the founder of Stray Dog Center in Umm Al Quwain in the UAE. Now, this incredible organization rescues and rehabilitates over 1,300 dogs. Now, there are many stray animals in the region, and there's only a handful of shelters like the Stray Dog Center that are really doing God's work to highlight their efforts, why they do what they do, and how you can help support their mission. Now, let's get back to the video.
My name's Mars. I'm the office manager for Stray Dog Center. We were founded in around 2013 by my mother and a few other expats. Started off in Umm Al Quwain in a villa and then eventually relocated here when land was granted by the ruler of Umm Al Quwain, Sheikh Saud Amwala, and he granted the land to my mother to start Stray Dog Center. Back then there was around 150 dogs in early 2014. Today there is around 1,300 dogs on site, as well as 6 wonky donkeys and around 15 cats. We rescue a lot from the streets, so street dogs who are either injured or abandoned or just dumped. The other part of how we get dogs is people surrender them to us, but in terms of surrender process, something that I like to stress is that we should be the last option, not the first. Dogs who have been rescued are traumatised dogs, whether that be abuse, mistreatment, abandonment, neglect, not being fed, being left out, being dumped, like all of these kinds of things. All of that equates to trauma, including surrenders who come here. For the most part, people think, like when they surrender, they think that if they surrender the dog here, they're coming to a shelter, and because we know dogs, it's going to be fine. But that's far from the truth. The dog has gone from a home to almost jail, because the shelter cannot compete with a home. And so part of that process when dogs come in is rehabilitation. So that's correcting behaviours, that's showing them what love is. So people think that we run the walks for the dogs to exercise, but that's not true. So our dogs get exercise daily. What the walk is about is teaching our dogs that it's okay to trust humans, that not all humans are distrusting. For those who have experienced our walks, they may walk a dog that's super hyper, super happy, walks really easily, and then the next dog they get will be shy, a little more timid. When there's differences in behaviour like that, that's when you can tell how long they've been here. The longer they've been here, usually, the happier they are. So they're happy to walk anywhere, all of that kind of thing. Whereas the more timid and shy ones, it's more often that they've only been rescued within the past few months. Our shelter is 100% funded by the public. So we do not get any government funding or anything like that. And the ways you can support us is by sponsoring a dog. So we have a sponsorship program where you can sponsor a dog every month. And that sponsorship covers like their food, their caretaker, their vaccinations and all of these kinds of things. Other ways that you can support is by sponsoring vet bills or food bills to buy food, because more often than not we always run out of food. To add context to that, we feed out 450 kilos of food a day. So 10 bags of food for us is 250 kilos. So technically that can only feed half the shelter. There's never been a day where our dogs have starved, but there's been lots of days where our store cupboards have been emptied. Yeah, we just encourage people to come along, to volunteer if you want to come and walk a dog. We have 1,300 of them, so we have plenty to walk. Come along and actually see our shelter on the days that we have activities. So we have activities on Monday, Wednesday, Saturdays and Sundays.
Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to support the Stray Dog Center and help them continue their amazing work, the links are in the description below. Now, your contributions make a real difference, so thank you so much and see you next time.